about serious stuff. Now tell me, what have been your experiences one by one? We'll start with Shubham. That okay, tell us some different, like, because see, we all come, I mean, all come from India, different parts of India. We have lived in different socio-cultural situations over there, and here things are different. So, what things did you find different in the beginning, Shubham? Nice and
Well,
bad
like
ones.
Dinesh told me, there was nobody to guide us.
Hmm.
I mean, there is exam part. Okay, you have to work hard. You have to clear it. Okay, everyone has its own strategy. Everyone has their own struggles and success and failures in these exams. Okay, that's one part of it. But when you start working in a German hospital or you start living your life in Germany, things are totally different. I mean, one of the examples I give you, and I give everyone new in whoever comes to Germany as a foreigner, in from any part of the world. I mean, in India at least, we are not taught to go and introduce yourself in a hospital, just to go and introduce yourself. Yeah. And just being a fresh pass out from a university from India, and you just happen to be luck played some part, your hard work played some part, you are landed in a German hospital, okay? And you don't know anything, yeah? And you just shy, everything is new to you, new people, new. So you are basically, at least I was shy, yeah? My personality is, I was shy and I was expecting people come to me and warm up to me and everything. So and instead people were being rude to me, or at least they were not talking to me in the beginning. And I was thinking, am I doing something wrong, or people are just being racist here, or they don't like me, or I was just not understanding for the first month. And then somebody told me, why are you not introducing yourself? Then I started initially in anesthesia. So basically I was in an OT with one of my senior colleague. He was in the 5th year. So he was basically, like in India, pulling a leg or taking a ragging. So basically he said, do you know the surgeon? He was a little bit rude to me, but in a way he was being nice to me also, in his own way. So he asked me, do you know the surgeon? I said, no. Did you introduce yourself? I said, no. Do you know the OT sisters? I said, no. Did you introduce yourself? I said, no. Why didn't you do that? I said, do I have to do that? I said,
You told me
yes.
to.
And it's a trend. It's a unwritten, unsaid rule in Germany. It's a cultural thing that whenever you are new in a workplace, you have to go introduce yourself. From that point on, from the cleaning lady to the chef, whoever I saw in the corridor, wherever I met, I introduced myself.
Yes.
So for the first 2 months or something like that, people were thinking I'm just being arrogant, I'm not introducing myself. The thing was, I was just not knowing that part of it. It's a cultural thing, and nobody in my language classes or in my medical German, nobody told me, nobody said to me.
Yes.
It was because of this colleague, I in a way suddenly got integrated into this German system. Okay, I initially got some like scary looks, or not polite looks, or not some friendly looks, but anyways I got.
See, Shubham, I totally agree with you, and this is what I
That is
think
one of the
all
part.
of us, yeah, all of us has faced. I believe all of us has faced this. Um, what that I have also faced similar situation in the beginning, and since then, whenever I go to a new place, even now, because I don't remember so many faces, so many names all the time, right? When you're in a new hospital, for example, couple of months, 6 months, so I still, when I meet someone whom I don't know by first name, I tell them what is my name, so that I know you do or don't know, it's irrelevant. You should know me. Like, मैं आपको नहीं जानता, it's different. Like, I can manage. I don't know you, but you should know कि मिश्रा कौन है. तो somebody from the orthopedy, so that that way, so that when I call for something, they know who is calling. तो मेरा काम तो हो जाएगा कम से कम. So that way, that everyone goes through this. And you were saying something else, Shubham. I interrupted you. Sorry about that.
No, I was not saying. I'm just saying that that was my part of it, because I was in the beginning a little bit shy, or like, how do you say, overwhelmed by all the things, and I was just fresh out of university. I never worked. I did not had any work experience also. So
Okay. So Nisha, you tell us your story. What happened? How do you like it? Your good stories, bad stories.
Work-wise integration, जैसे Shubham had told, ना this introduction thingy. Luckily, I did get the heads up, and coincidentally, I landed up with a good, extremely very good team. So they always keep on, na pitches giving me hints, na Nisha that, Nisha this, Nisha reminder. So I kind of feel lucky कि इस मामले में they, no, I got a heads up about induction, so I went everywhere, not just once. Even if you don't know me, even if I've introduced myself, I ended up introducing myself twice or thrice.
Yes.
That was this thing. And one very, very sweet thing, work related as well, because of the overarts and everyone, Joe consultants here, they are so very helpful and nice and always ready to teach. That is something that I find extremely nice and rare. And during visits, like I had recently, like from the past 2 months, I'm trying to learn how to do with visits and things. So whenever I go to a patient, and because it depends on place to place as well, they have very strong dialects. Accents wise, also it's different from place to place. They have typical Bardisha dialect, whatever the patient says. Na? At times they go like, near is Daumilish. That is something that I don't understand. So I just have to just turn around and look at my overarts, and then they I don't need to say anything. They just get the cue. It's our cue to yet now speak. Now they or whatever, if it is a tough question that I'm not able to answer, or if it is too detailed in the fach or like in too specific question, then I just have to turn around and look, and one overart's always there, and he or she, I mean, it's all of them are sirs, and they get the cue. They jump into the conversation and they rescue and they answer the patient, and then I know, and it's just unsaid wali cheese, which I find pretty nice. And teaching wise is also very, very, that is something that I, egal मैं कितने भी questions पूछूं, or no matter, even if it is 3 o'clock in the morning that we are doing a surgery, and if the overarch is tired and I'm very curious about something, if I just throw a question, he will not ignore, he will have the patience to answer me, which I find very, very sweet. And
this is not just for the disclaimer, this is not a general thing, like everywhere it does not happen like that. So all other residents or to be residents who are going to work in different hospitals should be advised that yeah Shubham, please go ahead.
Well, Nisha is quite lucky that she has landed in such a good team. I had a in my previous hospital, it was a combined hospital for orthopedics and general surgery. So I know what kind of things you have to face it through. And Nisha is quite lucky to have, I mean, this hospital is quite good. My department is also very good, and their department is also very good. As we work very closely together, so I know their department also.
Right, his department.
We are going to delete the name of the hospital that you have mentioned right at the beginning, because otherwise you'll be bombarded by the questions, and your chefs will be receiving lots of emails every day or maybe every week. Okay, and all will be referring to you that okay, we saw so Shubham on YouTube and Nisha on YouTube. That's why we like your hospital. We want to come there. So we are going to save your chefs this work, and we are going to delete that part where we have mentioned the name of the hospital. And people who have missed what Nisha mentioned right at the beginning, I would suggest them to go back to the video and check it out if they can find it. Okay, all right. So yeah, I mean that's very nice. So so far we have heard experiences from Shubham and Nisha. Now let us hear if Dinesh has something to add to this experience or some different experience that he has had yet. Yes, Dinesh, you can start.
So I had a little different experience compared to these guys. So I was living in an international environment since 2007. So for me, it wasn't really a culture shock to come to Germany. For the viewers, listeners, to clarify, I did my bachelor's from China. For all the students who have done it from China, you can come too. You can make it anywhere. You're not below anybody, as to the contrary to the popular belief. So I came to this new country, and people were, I would say they were really uptight. they were not ready to let somebody in. But the idea of being a questioning human and a little extrovert, it helps. So I used to ask a lot of questions to a lot of people, be it inside the Krankenhaus hospital or be it outside. You just speak to people, communicate, and by the end of it, you will end up making a lot of friends and getting a lot of information. I had the chances to be on the both side where Shubham was in the starting of his career. I had some rude people around me, but over the period of time, if you communicate them with a lot of communication, you can turn it around. And with the culture, I would say everybody can get around. It's really fun. It's really fun. Get them to crack up a couple of beers and sit around, drink some schnapps, and you'll be there.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I learned with the time.
We don't encourage drunken behavior on this channel. However, some fun has to be there. So yeah, some fun has to be there, and then that is the way of fun. Then
you learn with the time. These are the things you learn.
Yeah. See, one thing here, what Dinesh has said is, I find it very, very nice, and that I think also in that way, that there are lots of opportunities around. If he's mentioned about China, see, what the decisions that you did, took as a young teenager, or because of the situations, marks and everything, or because the private colleges are very expensive in India, that does not reflect in any way on the person that you are and the intellect that you have. Okay, those are some small exams. A person who scored like very high is not necessarily a very, very intelligent person. He just could read those books, remember them, and pass the exams, right? And is not a guarantee of a very successful career as a doctor. Okay, what matters is that how much effort you put on a continuous, consistent basis. Okay, so just studying for exam, in India, we have it. I mean, I also come from a government college, so, but still, and then we have a tag that, okay, we have come from a government college, but what we studied, how much we studied, that we know. I mean, we studied for the exams. So that was one point. And second point, what I liked, or what I always like to emphasize, is that I'll tell you a small story. The small story is that there were two people. One, we call her Brenda. Okay. Two, we call him Jack. Okay. Jack thinks he is very lucky, and Brenda thinks she is good for nothing. Okay. Both sit in a room. They have say $100 or say $1,000 fallen on the ground. The Jack thinks he's very lucky. Okay, also there is one situation. There is one guy who is a billionaire, for example. Okay, a businessman. Okay. Now, two people. Jack picks up the money, okay, and sits on the coffee table. He does not know he's a billionaire. He talks with him, exchanges ideas, and suddenly, with exchange of ideas, the guy likes this. The billionaire guy likes this guy Jack, and he offers him like a proposal for business. Okay, whereas Brenda, who thinks that she is good for nothing, ignores the money because she thinks that, okay, she cannot be that lucky to receive that $1,000 fallen somewhere. And then she sits over there quietly with the millionaire, and she speaks nothing. She drinks her coffee and the day is ended. So at the end, when people ask them, okay, what was how was your day? This guy Jack says, okay, my day was brilliant. I found this money on the ground. I talked to this millionaire. We made a business idea, and everything is like going upwards. And the girl Brenda says that, okay, my day was as usual, as every day, boring. Nothing significant happened with me. So now you understand the concept, what the plot is, right? The person who believes, first of all, that he can do, who is not extrovert, I'm not saying it's a personality trait, where everyone cannot be extrovert, right? But who jumps on the opportunities will sometime find the matching opportunity. And the person who waits that something will happen to them, and something for them, it never changes. So it's all a mindset game. It is all about. So where we reach in our lives and careers. All right. So this was a small. I'm sure you have heard this story before as well. but still I wanted to re-emphasize that, because that is what I believe in, that to keep jumping on opportunities. When I was very young, someone asked me, or someone was speaking that, okay, how do you find that which is the right right opportunity? Answer is that you never find what is the right opportunity. The thing is that you jump on each opportunity. Then there's some opportunity will be the right one, right? So okay, fine. So this was out of context here, a little bit gyan from my side. All right. So tell us, guys, do you have anything to share with our viewers? Our viewers are mostly doctors, medical students living internationally who aim to work in Germany in future as doctors, as dentists, as nurses also. Do you guys have suggestions or things that you want to share with them? We'll start with Nisha. Do you have something to say to them?
One thing that I had also during the entire phase, because the bureaucratic things in Germany are quite long, they take time and they are very thorough. So there were a couple of phases where I was completely frustrated. So everyone around me, also family and sister and everyone, people had one very strong advice, which I think helped me as well, that take one day at a time. So do not overthink future ka bahut zyada, and do not keep on thinking what had happened or whatever hurdles you have had. One day at a time, and be patient, because things do take time, and it's just now when you are in that phase, it's extremely frustrating. Once you're through it, you can talk about it with calmness and everything, but true, this is a bit difficult, but with practice, I hope now one day at a time I would recommend. And now
Yes, here the belief or the faith is very important, that you need to have that self-belief, self-faith that you are going to make it. If you don't have that, then every day will be a struggle. Okay, this I tell to my consulting candidates as well, that okay, you need to
if you're uncertain, then
yeah. So Dinesh, what do you say? Do you have any advice? I'm sure you have.
For sure, many maybe.
I feel like I have been put up on a spot now, so I have to come up with something really quick
and clever.
I would say the bureaucracy is gonna harass you, take you down, but hang in there and find somebody who can support you in your family also, and some friends also, and find us. We will help you out also.
Yeah, I mean, we are at YouTube,
that's about it.
I mean, we are very easy to find. Dominance International is there. We have a website and everything.
Yeah.
And you can also write comments on below these videos. I'm sure when Nisha and Dinesh and Shubham, they have time, they will answer your questions on the comment section. Depends upon time, because life is very busy and hectic, I understand, but still, if they have time, they will think about that. All right. So don't let the comments stop. Write your comments. Shubham, what would you like to say?
Well, I would definitely totally agree with Dinesh and Nisha. Bureaucracy will harass you, it will put you down. But in Germany, you can't make a timeline. Okay, I have like 1 year and I would complete Fachsprachprüfung in like 3 months, and next KP in like 6 months, and then I'll be getting a job in 1 year by the end of it. You cannot predict that. If 1 year can be your 2 years, or it could be 3 years. You can fail your exam. You can you won't get an appointment for the next 3 months or 4 months. You can again fail your exam. Because I know people in my surroundings which they have struggled for Fachsprachprüfung for a year only, because I know people, and just because of small mistakes they have failed it and they haven't gotten an appointment. They are very good in their German, and just because small mistakes they did fail. So like one day at a time, hang in there. Things happen in Germany. You just have to be patient, and once they happen, they are full. That's how their German motive is.
True. See, why when people ask me that, okay, what is the success rate of getting into the PG in Germany? I say that success rate is actually 100%. Okay, provided you don't give up.
Exactly.
Okay? You don't give up, and you have the financial backing to support you for a certain, like at least few months. When you plan for 1 year stay without salary in Germany, you should have the financial backing that instead of 1 year, if it happens 1.5 years or 2 years, you should have that money that, okay, you can pay your monthly rent over here. So that should not be the stress on your head, because if you don't pass the exam with in one time, and 3 months, when you fail the exam once, and you count the monthly expense of say 900 euros or 800 euros, so you are like 2500 euros negative when you fail the exam once, right? So that way that backing one should have, and if one has that backing and the what you say, the drive to learn and the motivation, then it is possible. With patience, obviously, patience is very important here. One need to have very thick skin. All right, then it was wonderful having you all on this channel. I'm sure the viewers will enjoy this session, and hopefully we'll do more sessions in future.
Yeah, sure.
One thing before we end, I would want to know, since when do you know that about this YouTube channel, and about me, or about my company? How long has it been? Have you just like found it recently? I mean, a few months back, or do you know that from like beginning? The YouTube videos, at least.
Well, Nisha told me 3 weeks ago.
Ah, okay.
I actually had seen the videos during my visa application time. It's like around 2019. Now, when I was preparing all documents and everything, visa application and everything. So that since that time, I've always been following. I never wrote or never had a communication. I always kept a track whenever I was down or something for encouragement, to get a better idea about how the system is. I have always watched.
All right.
And I know you from, I have known about you since 2015 when I was in New Delhi and you were in Germany, and you wrote an article about how to make it in Germany or something. I still remember that line. You need to know German till C1 to have a conversation with a German.
The native German, right?
Yes.
I have also read that.
You wrote that article, and one of my friends who, me and him, we were preparing for Germany, he showed me that article. And plus, there's a common connection, Dr. Abhishek Sharma, and from that point of view, I know.
Okay. Wonderful. All right then. Okay, with this we'll conclude here, and thank you very much all of you for your time, and hopefully we'll do something more fun next time.
Sure.
Then good night.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Have fun. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.